Shalom. This relates to a quick news. Give all praise Yahweh Shemil Shalbah Shemar Kakadash. You had some early reports relating to the Prime Minister of Mexico is going to intense aggression relating to the cartels in Mexico, relating to the Prime Minister. You have Trump's going to meet with Putin. Will report ABC News next Friday, August 15th, relating to Alaska. You have a lot of videos talking about the end times. There's a few videos looking at relating to one that in truth was talking about a lady dreaming about relating to the military and doing certain things, and she's talking about relating to the military doing something to like regular citizens. You know what I mean? That was just a dream. Scripture says, talking about knowing this in the last days, perilous times shall come. Perilous times goes to bad, evil, and troublesome times, man. You know what I mean? So that's what that's talking about. Troublesome times. Bad, evil times. See, that dream, it's going to be a lot of perils in that time. You know what I mean? So that sounds like that's going into relating to possibly like martial law and different things. She say is something she related to her particularly escaping, bail they escape, but the rest they had to line up to be pretty much done away with, in a matter of speaking. You know what I mean? So certain things could be used at latter times, man. The scripture talks about 2 Ezra 16, man. Time of sorrow, time of war, time of calamities, time of atrocities, disasters. You know what I mean? So these are the different things that's going to happen at 2 Ezra 16, 18. You know what I mean? Time of pain and sorrow and different things. You know what I mean? So that's the times we're coming in. Times of trouble, disasters, calamities, atrocities. You know what I mean? For many great misery shall happen in them that dwell therein, because they walk greatly in pride. 2 Ezra 18:50, man. You know what I mean? So miseries are going to come upon them, man. And these forms are forms of judgments. You know what I mean? Are parts of that. You know what I mean? So, continue with the news. You had another active shooting situation at Atlanta Emory College. In Atlanta, Georgia, relating to active shooter on a campus. You have talks about that right here. Active shooting report on Emory University, which is Atlanta, Georgia campus. The DOJ issues the subpoenas relating to New York Attorney General Letitia James. That's the one relating to Trump. Prosecutors relating to Trump, prosecute Trump relating to different matters. Pam Bondi, she has intel on different things, look at different things. You had a report relating to above average activity predicted relating to the remainder of 2025, relating to hurricane season. And relating to hurricane season, August and pretty much and beyond, that's when hurricane season really gets cranking. So August, September, October, for example. Trump swamping territories between Russia and Ukraine is a part of peace negotiations. They'll talk more about that relating to August 15th, next Friday. And they'll meet in Alaska relating to that. This is Emory, Atlanta Emory, Atlanta campus here. You have Israel plans to occupy Gaza City, spark backlash right here. This is relating to news. Trump seeks $1 billion from UCLA to settle anti-S allegations. So he wants $1 billion from UCLA related to anti-Semitic allegations. Texas lawmakers fall to meet the quorum again on Friday. You have arrest issue related to these Texas Democrats and fines relating to that. You have, let me see, different news reports. President Trump announces peace deal between Azerbaijan and Armenia. So you have tensions with countries that have been intensifying for years, for decades. Countries we don't really hear too much about, like Armenia and Azerbaijan. Midday Friday updates. Canon Friday containment reaches 25%. So this relates to fires. Scripture talks about tempest and devouring fires, wildfires. This is Los Angeles area. 5,000 acres relating to fires being burned. Only 25% containment relating to that, the cannon. Germany ceases all exports of arms designated for U.S. and Gaza. You have tensions between the allied nations in the U.S., of course. Ex-U.S. Army soldier accused of relating to Montana. Bar in custody. You have Trump calls for the census excluding undocumented immigrants or migrants. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem accuses Chicago, Illinois officials of obstructing ICE deportation efforts. So obstruction of justice, pretty much. Federal lawsuit reveals about the inner workings of Alligator Alcatraz or Alligator Auschwitz. You have NYC now. Evening roundup DOJ subpoena to New York Attorney General, Letitia James, Manhattan Plaza residence. So this is just news here. This is the dream I was talking about. Lady talking about dream related to the military. Also, Pam Bondi relating to Nicolas Maduro, and he's being targeted relating to that. Here's some information relating to that. Oh yeah, he had a bounty placed by Trump, you know what I mean? From 15 million to about 50 million. This relates to Maduro is also linked to Tren de Agua and Sinaloa cartel, man. Yeah, the Sinaloa cartel seen as threats to the U.S. national security. So he deemed as a threat. Nicolas Maduro is deemed as a national security threat. So that's why he's targeted, relating to possibly ties, allegedly, to Tren de Agua, the Sinaloa cartel as well. That's information related to that. This Hindustan Times, right here. That's allegedly. Like I said, the president of Mexico, speaking of the cartels, wants to intensify related to efforts. The prime minister of Mexico, relating to the cartels in Mexico. Trump terror backfires. India defects to China. A massive power shift. So India is part of the BRICS. Brazil, India, China. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So this is just quick reports. I hope it helps relating to information. I want to give all praise Yahweh Shemir, Shabbat Makakadash. And Trump is also using law enforcement to intensify relating to DC, relating to the crime in DC. Intensify efforts relating to that, which will target certain category groups of people specifically. You know what I mean? So I've seen that on the report as well. And so last scripture talks about be not ignorant anything in the great matter or small. So be not ignorant in general and not ignore relating to great matters or small. You know what I mean? So this is just quick news relating to quick reports. Relating to the GNT and which one I was getting. I'm going to get it from another one. Let me see. Beginning of groanings and abundance of sighing. Beginnings of famines, many will perish. Beginning of wars, powerful ones. Powerful ones will be afraid. The beginning of disasters, and all will be terrified. And what will they do when the disasters come? These are the plagues and different atrocities. Look, a plague of famine has been sent out, and the distress is inflict, and the distress it inflicts is like a whip. So that whip is like a scourge, man. And a scourge used a tool as a punishment. That whip is a tool used or instrument used for punishment. And the punishment for discipline, that's for discipline for what? For disobedience, man. And the signs of these curses and forms of punishment. The Lord is beginning to the Lord is beginning to visit the earth which He has made by using these forms of punishment and correction to correct the people on earth for their iniquities. That's what that goes to. But in the midst of all these things, they won't turn from their sins. They won't keep the plagues in mind. So they're not going to be mindful of the things that's happening on earth, man. The reason why these things are sent as a form of warning relating to the visitation of Yahweh Shemir Shabbat. and to change what you can change before different things. But really, the real warning is things being told on the earth by messengers of the earth through the spirit of the prophets of the old, man. That's the real message. But once the plagues are coming on, then through the prophets, then different things will happen, man. And you're seeing those warnings, you're seeing those forms of discipline and correction happen on earth in the form of judgment, man. You know what I mean? That's what you're seeing. That's why you're seeing different things happen. Famines, plagues, groaning signs, troubles on earth, man. I'm gonna get number 22, number 21. In the midst of all these things, they won't turn from their sins and keep the plagues in mind. That's the whole point. Using these forms of warnings. Look in the short time, the provisions will be so. Provisions relates to victuals, man, will be so cheap on the earth that the people will think that peace will be established for them. So things are going to be guised as a form of looking like it's normal, but it's not. But disasters will blossom all over the earth. That's the calm before the storm, because the calmness is the form of a fake peace. But behind that fake peace, there's evils and disasters right behind it, man. That's what it's saying. And they will lack life necessities, and the sword will scatter who survives the famine. And they will lack life's necessities related to the basic needs. And the sword will scatter those who survive the famine. And the dead will be tossed out like dung, like pretty much like a trash bag on the ground. And there will be no one to console them, comfort them, or mourn for them. For the earth will be left abandoned, and the cities will be cast down. And that's what that goes to, man. There's going to be a certain state and condition that's going to happen on the earth, man, at that time, man. People are going to mourn. Even the powerful, my scripture says, the mighty and halt shall mourn that day. You know what I mean? I believe that's in Isaiah. You know what I mean? Talking about the mighty and the powerful will mourn. Will be like little women that day, in a matter of speaking. So they're going to be in a very dire state, man. You know what I mean? The haughty and proud will be brought down low that day. You know what I mean? That's from all different denominations, man. Scripture talks about Proverbs 29:2, when the earth 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, people mourn. So people are mourning, man. You know what I mean? That's the times we're in. We're mourning. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on the earth that's affecting collectively all over the earth, here in the United States, and different things. And that's what you're saying, man. So the wicked's in a position of power. The earth has been given to the hands of them, and through having the power in their hands, the people are mourning because they're in a position where Scripture says, Isaiah talking about woe to whom unrighteous decrees, and a grievous to whom they prescribe, whom they be described. That's 10:1 of Isaiah. So that's the ones in authority, man. You know what I mean? The policies. You seeing these uncanny policies, strange policies relating to the ministry, to this administration, administration. Through policies and different things, man. Which through tariffs and different things that's affecting, relating to this administration, man. You know what I mean? So, and it's affecting everybody on the collective, man. So we give all praise, Yahweh Shemir, Shabbat Shemir, Kakada, just something short. This is Zayah Wolf, Shalom.